Imagine a civilization with no iron, no cranes, no wheeled transport, and yet they built a city so precise, so resilient, that 500 years later, it still stands untouched by time, high above the Andes Mountains of Peru, where clouds drift like slow-moving oceans and cliffs drop vertically into roaring river canyons, stands one of the greatest enigmas in human history. From a distance, Machu Picchu appears almost unreal, like something imagined rather than constructed. Terraces cascade down the slopes like steps carved by giants. Stone walls follow the natural curves of the mountain as if they grew there. It does not dominate the landscape, it belongs to it. That is the first mystery. Most ancient empires built monuments to demonstrate power, pyramids that dwarfed the horizon, fortresses that projected strength. But Machu Picchu feels different. It whispers instead of shouts. And that subtlety hides something extraordinary. To understand this place, we must travel back nearly 550 years to the height of the Inca Empire. At its peak, this empire stretched across western South America, connecting vast territories through thousands of miles of stone roads and rope bridges. At its center ruled an emperor named Pachacuti. He was not merely a conqueror, he was an architect of transformation. Under his leadership, the Inca state expanded rapidly, reorganizing society, religion, and infrastructure. But power requires symbolism, and Pachacuti sought a place unlike any other, a retreat that would reflect divine authority and cosmic alignment. He chose a mountain ridge between two sacred peaks, Machu Picchu and Huayna Picchu. It was not an easy location. It was nearly inaccessible, which is precisely why it was perfect. Now pause and consider the logistics. Granite blocks weighing up to 20 tons, carved from a quarry located along the ridge itself, carved without iron tools, transported without wheels, lifted without cranes. How? The Incas possessed remarkable knowledge of stone. They exploited natural fractures in granite, inserting dry wooden wedges into cracks and soaking them with water. As the wood expanded, it slowly split the rock apart. It was not fast. It was not easy. It required patience measured not in hours, but in seasons. After separation, the shaping process began. Each block was hammered, chipped, and polished using harder stones. Workers repeatedly tested each stone against its neighbors, adjusting angles and surfaces until it fit like a three-dimensional puzzle piece. There was no close enough, only perfection.
Yet what makes Machu Picchu extraordinary is not what rises above ground. It is what lies beneath. Nearly 60 to 70% of the labor went into infrastructure hidden below the surface. The Andes receive heavy rainfall. A city built carelessly here would have slid into the valley centuries ago. Instead, the Incas engineered a layered drainage system beneath terraces, plazas, and temples. First, large foundational stones, then gravel, then sand, then fertile soil. Water filters through these layers naturally, preventing pressure buildup. Underneath the city runs a network of carefully angled channels, directing excess water away from structural foundations. Modern hydrologists estimate that the drainage system was calculated with astonishing precision, deviations of only a few percentage points. Think about that. Without computers, without blueprints, without mathematical notation as we understand it, and yet flawless execution. The Andes are violently seismic. Entire towns in Peru have been reduced to rubble by earthquakes. Machu Picchu remains standing. Why? Because its walls are not rigid,
they are dynamic. Inca builders used a technique known as dry masonry, stones carved with multiple faces that interlock without mortar. During an earthquake, instead of cracking, the stones shift slightly. They vibrate, they move, and when the tremor ends, gravity pulls them back into place. The walls don't fight the earth, they move with it. It is a level of structural wisdom that modern engineers call anti-seismic design, and it was mastered 5 centuries ago. From above, Machu Picchu resembles a living organism. Terraces ripple down its sides in perfect rhythm. These were not decorative gardens, they were agricultural engines. Each terrace functioned as soil stabilization, water filtration, temperature regulator. The stones absorb heat during the day and release it at night, protecting crops from freezing temperatures at high altitude. Archaeological evidence suggests the city could sustain roughly 700 to 1,000 inhabitants independently. It was self-sufficient, autonomous, strategically isolated.
Now we move deeper. Machu Picchu is not only engineering, it is astronomy in stone. The Temple of the Sun features a semicircular wall built around a natural rock formation. On the winter solstice, sunlight enters through a precisely positioned window and strikes a sacred interior stone. The alignment is exact. Nearby stands the Intihuatana stone, carved directly from bedrock and aligned with cardinal directions. Its purpose? Possibly astronomical calibration. Its symbolism? Spiritual control over the sun. To the Incas, the sun was not symbolic, it was life itself. Machu Picchu functioned as a massive celestial observatory, tracking seasons, guiding agriculture, aligning empire with cosmos.
And then it ended. After roughly a century of occupation, the city was abandoned. No signs of massacre, no evidence of destruction. Residents removed valuable objects. They dismantled sections of access routes. They disappeared. Possible causes include smallpox epidemics introduced by Europeans, internal civil war, collapse of central administration, strategic relocation. But the fact remains, they did not destroy Machu Picchu. They preserved it by leaving. Nature reclaimed it. Jungle swallowed it. Clouds concealed it. For 4 centuries, it slept. In 1911, an American explorer named Hiram Bingham climbed into these mountains, searching for a different lost city. Guided by locals and a young boy familiar with farming terraces, he reached a mist-covered ridge. What he saw changed history. White granite walls emerging from thick jungle, temples untouched by European influence, a time capsule frozen in stone. When photographs were published in 1913, the world was stunned. A lost city in the clouds, an empire revealed. But even today, the deeper questions remain unanswered. In the modern world, we measure greatness by scale and technology, but Machu Picchu challenges that definition. It demonstrates precision without machinery, harmony without domination, resilience without rigidity. The Incas did not conquer the mountain, they collaborated with it. They did not impose structure, they adapted to terrain. Perhaps that is why it still stands. 5 centuries, thousands of earthquakes, relentless storms. Empires have risen and collapsed, yet Machu Picchu remains, not cracked, not conquered, not forgotten. We now understand the engineering. We see the genius behind the stone. We recognize the discipline that shaped this impossible city. But something far more unsettling remains, because this masterpiece was inhabited for barely 100 years. No army destroyed it, no fire consumed it, No invader claimed it. It was simply abandoned. If the Incas possessed knowledge powerful enough to build something this enduring, why did they walk away? And what was this city truly meant for? Because in the next chapter, we leave the engineering behind and step into the sacred heart of Machu Picchu, where emperors ruled, priests watched the stars, and a disappearance still echoes through the Andes.